The other weekend, I was at the club. Outside the club, you could see exotic cars, nice cars. You could tell that this place was filled with middle aged men, men who had good jobs, good portfolios, and probably even titles too big for the average man to pronounce in his small or little vocabulary. They had resumes so interesting that people would wonder if they ever have problems. These people earn so much money, yet the chaos and the things of life happens to them all. You see, most times we look at people in the average class and then we feel that these guys are doing well. We feel like these guys earn a lot of money. We feel that these guys have so much. They are having secure jobs. They have secure jobs. They work for a company. Jokingly, when the alcohol touched some of their tongues and they began to speak, one of them said, "Last year, the only thing I was able to save was my life." It exposed them to the reality of what was really happening. I mean, most of these guys would have guarded it like their most kept secret. But when the alcohol touched their tongue and drowned their fears, their mouths couldn't hold what their stomach was trying to prevent from vomiting. In the stench of their vomit, they spew. And they said, you know, the middle class life feels like a trait. It feels like a trap once you get in. I mean, it's even easier on the lower part of it when you're making less money, the responsibilities are less. But when you start earning so much money, you also spend so much money. It feels like a trap. They earn so much within the year and then they also spend so much. At the end of the day, probably left with nothing. One of them even said when he was much, much, much poorer, when he was there and never had a job, he felt his life was being, he felt his life was better than how he's living currently. And then I asked the question, is being average or is the middle class really a trap? You see, most men in their middle ages, they are dealing with diabetes, hypertension, undetected non-transmissible diseases that they are not even talking about. Stress becomes the order of the day. They work so hard, they work extra hard just to make a living, and yet most of them actually save nothing. You see, I spoke with someone who had a stable job and he said if my job should end today, then I'm done. I think I'll end too. And then I asked him why. He said, no, over the years, he has earned so much money, but the more he earns, the more the responsibilities keep piling up. And I wonder, what exactly is this rat race? What exactly are we working for? You see, the problem is the middle income earners, people who maybe work in large corporations, work in large companies, they earn this decent living, they earn a decent amount of money. But the sad reality is that most of them only depend on that job. And if that job should ever be taken away from them, they're just glorified poor men. Don't let this be you. You see, most times we earn so much money, but we save so little. Most times we earn so much money from a single source, and then we feel that, oh wow, I've gotten to this point, this source is going to stay forever. And that's why most men, whenever they lose their jobs within a few weeks or within the first few weeks, they live still lavishly, languishing in the illusion of what they used to have. And before long, reality strikes and reality catches up with them. And then they realize they have nothing anymore. The lifestyle inflation is out of this world. Everything they just do is so much more of let's do it to impress. They get the latest cars, the latest gadgets, they change their phone. And maybe some of them who are immoral change their women too. I mean, what's a man without a woman, you would say. So this middle class trap, it takes a lot for you to escape the middle class trap. You see, most times when these guys earn this much, they spend this much, family is dependent on them, they have parents who are looking up to them, and maybe someday they get old and retire. And then the only plan they have for retirement is believing that their kids will take care of them. You know, research has shown that, the statistics have shown that in recent times, when kids grow up to a certain level, they simply just leave their parents and start living on their own. Most of these kids will never come back, and most of them do not practically fit into that retirement plan stuff that you're thinking of. So, what exactly are we doing as middle class men and as people in the middle ages who are also struggling in this rat race? My advice would be invest as much as you can. Your energy is not going to be like this for so long. Your energy is not going to always be the same way over the years. It is gradually declining. It's so sad that when I spoke with a friend the other day, he said, Uko, you know what? I've tried so hard. I mean, the fintech apps are really opening up, giving me opportunities to borrow money, such that when I earn money this month, the moment my salary drops, everything is gone. I'm using it to pay debts, and whatever is left for me is so small. And guess what? The next month, I'm already in debt again. And then I'm asking, what exactly are you looking for? What exactly are you working for? You see, the middle class can be a trap. The middle income earners, it is really, really a trap. You see, the low income earners would be like, oh, let's scale up a little. They walk up and get into that scale. But when they get into the middle income earners, they seem to suffer. So the chances are the only people that enjoy are the top people. But those in the middle have a lot of baggages. They have a lot of things pulling them down. So in a discussion with him, he said, I borrowed a lot of money last year from these fintech apps, and before I know it, the interest on those loans and this and this. This is the reality of what most people face every day. They simply just make money, spend money, and then go back to make money again. They're just one step away from the next health crisis to reveal that they were entirely open. What if something happens to your health? And what if you're not able to go out the next day and work for that money? We need to think. Life is not supposed to end this way. We really need to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize and rethink our life, because you see, this middle class stuff, this middle income stuff is really a trap. You see, most of these people depend solely on their certificate, their portfolio, their qualifications, and whatever. They have absolutely zero financial intelligence on how to keep their finances running. And most people are falling into this trap every single year. See, they only realize this when they get to maybe their 60s, and they realize they've wasted their whole youthful days. They realize that their green days are gone. I wish that not for you. I don't wish that even for my enemies. My name is Ukomo, and I'm the rich son of a classroom teacher, and I keep opening your eyes to the reality you need to see. Hey, it's better not to be average. You either stay at the top or at the top, because average is something you don't want to do. Until I see you in my next video, hit the likes button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notification so you'll be the first to hear when I post a video like this. Until I see you in my next video, God bless you and bye-bye.